I was explaining to the gentleman behind me again what happened in the ambulance before he walked into the emergency room, my left arm went numb again.
Are you able to move your hand for me?
Here. Yeah.
Squeeze my finger. Squeeze. Squeeze with this hand. Squeeze at the same time. Hold your hand straight out in front of you. Close your eyes. Open your palms. Close your eyes. No, leave your palms open and close your eyes. Okay, good.
Wiggle your feet for me. It hurts right here when I did it.
Yeah, wiggle your feet for me. Push like you're pushing with the gas pedal. Push with this one. All right, push with your right. All right. Thanks, man, for me. All right, my friend. Stand your feet right over here.
My neck and my back is hurting.
All right. They might have you take that backpack off, put it on your feet, all right?
Okay. What's your name, sir?
Alex.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis.
No problem, man.
What's the other gentleman's name? Who I was explaining to when my left arm went numb?
Yeah, Nick.
Tell Mr. Nick I said thank you, sir.
Are you able to swing your feet up? I got to put the railing up. I'm afraid you can fall out. All right, the nurse will be here and take care of you, right, buddy?
Thank you, sir.
No problem, man. How you doing?
How are you?
Oh, living the dream.
Of course.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Nick.
Yeah, man, no worries, dude. Yeah. Just try to stand right in the white. It's a little sand, dude.
Thank you, sir.
Hello. I'm Christina. I'll be your nurse.
Okay.
What brings you in?
My left arm went numb twice. The first time is pain in my bicep right here. I was trying to explain to the people at the AT&T store what people were doing to me, and how they were, the extent of what they were doing and how they were doing it to try to cover up all these legal and medical affairs that I have to do my due diligence and resolve in court, and that they've been trying to cover up since I moved from Miami, and it's been following me ever since Miami. They've been trying to kill me.
Who's they?
People that are affiliated with the City of Miami Police Department, the hospitals that they're sending me to, the houses that the hospitals are finding for me to live at after, I go to the hospital, and after the previous household does something to try to kill me and cover up the police brutality cases, and the officer who tried to kill me, his name was Officer Ronnie Rodriguez of the City of Miami Police Department. He tried to kill me in front of his supervisor, Sergeant Edwin Gomez. And while I was explaining to his supervisor, Sergeant Edwin Gomez, that Officer Ronnie Rodriguez pushed me in my chest 3 times when I was just trying to ask him for help. And then he walked away from me when I asked him if he could call his supervisor. He didn't want to call his supervisor, so I started recording him, and I asked him for help again. And when he saw me recording him, that's when he decided to call the supervisor. And then when his supervisor, Sergeant Edwin Gomez, arrived, I explained to his supervisor, Sergeant Edwin Gomez, what Officer Ronnie Rodriguez did to me. And then Officer Ronnie Rodriguez came from behind me. He put me in a chokehold. I was on my knees with my hands in the air. I said I couldn't breathe 5 times. My head is hurting right here, on the top left side of my head. No, this happened on August 7, 2018.
I'm sorry that happened to you. What brings you into the hospital today?
As I was trying to explain to you why I was at AT&T store and why my left arm went numb, was because I was explaining to them the full severity of the situation, why people were harassing me in real time at the AT&T store, and they were harassing me through the TV while the basketball game was playing. The announcers on the basketball game was commentating about what I was doing in real time, trying to resolve the situation with my phone that they keep hacking, and they trying to delay the due process and my due diligence. Yes, I swear to God, bro, I'm not lying. My right hand, I solemnly swear with the penalty of perjury that I'm not lying. Everything I'm saying is 100% true.
Back to your arm. It feels numb.
It went numb twice. When I was
today.
When I was at the
store.
AT&T store at the 2424 Federal Highway location. My entire left arm went numb, and then my left bicep right here, it was pain. It was sharp pain right here in my left bicep.
You have it still?
No, the pain went away, and then the top of my head started hurting. And then it started hurting in several other areas on top of my head. And then when I was explaining to the gentleman, Mr. Nick, in the ambulance, that exactly what happened, my left arm went numb again, but there wasn't any pain in my left bicep this time. It just went numb.
Are you in pain now?
Yes, my neck is hurting really bad. My neck is hurting really bad, and my head, the top of my head is hurting. And then while I was at the AT&T store, the 2424 Federal Highway location, there was sharp pain going down my right thigh, down past my knee, all the way down my shin.
Okay. All right. What is your pain out of 10?
10 plus.
It's a 10 plus. Okay. Bye.
Take care, Omar.
Thank you, Mr. Nick.
Take care, bud, all right?
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Sir, what was your name again, boss? I forgot. Sir? Sir?
It gets loud over there.
I forgot his name already.
Your arm here?
I recorded our conversation, so I could listen to it and remember his
Why'd
name.
you do that?
Because, man, they've been trying to cover the situation up. That's why I had to get a new phone.
Okay.
And they've been trying to cover up all of my clear and convincing factual evidence proving these cases far beyond a reasonable doubt. And they were doing that because they knew they had the opportunity to, because I had outdated devices. And they were doing it initially because I have clear and convincing factual evidence proving the cases far beyond a reasonable doubt. And they know they know ultimate trier of fact, an honorable judge by way of his oath, that a victim and a plaintiff only has to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt to win the case. And I have clear and convincing factual evidence proving the case far beyond a reasonable doubt. So they out of a desperate defense for the opposing counsels, out of a desperate defense for my opposing counsels, and out of a desperate defense for my defendants and their affiliates, they've been trying to cover this up by any means necessary, because they know that if I win, they're going to be held accountable for a violation of Florida Statute SS 1513 and a violation of Florida Statute 766.110. 6'1".
How much do you weigh?
195.
Have you been tested for COVID?
I don't know. They said I had like a viral bronchitis yesterday.
Have you ever been tested for COVID though?
Yeah, several
Yeah.
times.
And it was negative?
That's what they saying, but
Okay.
I coughed a bunch of times. My head started hurting when they brought the COVID patients in at the Plantation General Hospital twice, and they tried to cover that up.
Okay. Let's see. Do you feel safe at home?
I had to buy a security camera to monitor me while I'm sleeping now.
Okay. Let's see. Any thoughts to harm yourself?
No, I don't want to harm myself. I want to just resolve these
You go get a thermometer.
cases.
Okay?
Yes. Could you get the scanning one from my forehead, please?
You don't have those here.
I don't want to put that in my mouth though. I had a bad experience. They put it in my mouth one time and I felt sick.
You can refuse it.
No, but I want to check my temperature. They have the scanner at the front desk in the front.
We don't have those. I only have the oral one. I can put it in your armpit.
Okay.
Armpit? Okay.
And I need to remove the thing from my armpit too. I have.
Okay. Do you want to put it in your armpit? Do you want me to?
There's several cysts under there that been there for years. When the doctor tried to remove the cysts from my armpit when they sent me to prison in 2011 for possession of marijuana, the same thing they prescribed me now for the exact same symptoms I've been suffering from in 2011 that I'm suffering from now in 2021. And there was a very dirty facility. The doctor was very unsanitary. He did a surgery. He removed one of the cysts. Then it came back in several other spots, and it's been there ever since. And then when they released me from the prison in Miami, they withdrew the blood from my vein. They said they have to withdraw the blood from my arm in order to let me outside the gate to go home with my mom, who was waiting for me outside. And they used a needle. It was a dirty needle, bro. And there was somebody in front of me, a slim African American man with white blotches all over his face. And they used the same needle that they used to withdraw from his arm from my arm. And then now there's a cyst in my vein that's been there for years. It's not a little bump. It's in my vein, man. That's a bacteria. That's bacteria. And they removed the same thing from my neck area right here. And the doctor in
I gotta get you in the system so we can
Tamarack.
take care of you, okay? So I have to go chart this stuff.
Okay, but what I'm saying is when they removed this same lump from my neck right here, literally as soon as he removed the surgery and he put a little bandage on there, I had so much energy and I felt lighter and everything.
Well, that's good.
Right? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's how I know this it's causing me fatigue.
Oh, I see.
And it's in my veins, it's in my blood. It's in my bloodstream. It's affecting the circulation of my blood and everything.
Sorry. Okay, gotta wait for the doc. I'll be back, okay?
You watching the final game? Yeah, Gonzaga.
Yeah, you know I did, man.
No, but it started, they have the final tonight.
Yeah, Gonzalez and Baylor.
In Baylor. It's starting at 9 something.
Not tonight. They're going to be a good.
They're undefeated.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. That's going to be very interesting.
And the game that Gonzalez played, what was the overtime?
The other day, yeah.
Quick red PNC,
It was
please.
like
Quick
a
red
mid,
PNC.
I didn't see it, but
Yeah, it was a high scoring game, man. It was 90, but it came down to half court and
like half court.
hit.
Hello there.
Hello.
My name is Shay from registration. May I have your date of birth, please?
December 14, 1988.
Last name?
F as in Frank, F as in Foxtrot, O as in Oscar, U as in Umbrella, A as in Alpha, D as in Delta. Fouad.
Have you been here before?
Yes.
7/14/88.
12/14/88. December 14, 1988.
Sorry. Omar?
Yes.
What brings you in?
My left arm went numb twice, and the first time went numb, but it was sharp pain right here on my bicep. My head was hurting right here on the top of my head. Then the pain shifted to the left front side of my head. Then it went up the left side of my head, and then pain went down my leg.
And headache.
I think I had a mild stroke.
Who brought you? You walked in?
No, the ambulance. I called 911. I explained everything to the ambulance. I mean to the 911. I explained everything to the paramedics
So
in the ambulance.
the ambulance brought you. Fort Lauderdale.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Wow.
It's hard to imagine that. They got to call me raw dog.
No, but for
Deputy, please pick up on 8805 for Leanne for 22. Deputy, please pick up on 8805 for Leanne for 22.
Left side of my head is hurting.
Trey, are you going up at night? Trey,
like me, I used to like, damn, the games and any means I gotta watch the game, I'll go to sports or whatever. But I get used to it. Last year I didn't get to do that, so I'm like, oh, okay. And then you said it could be cheap. And then you start going back. Oh, yeah. Of course, people buy, yeah, people don't buy it. I didn't like food when I grew up. Oh, I go eat after the game. Money I spent about a freaking hot dog. Just add some more to it, I can get a meal. Yeah, there's a whole million of dollars. So you know they ain't gonna have anything. No. No, I don't think, even if they have like a freaking, another strand of COVID, I don't think people are they're gonna go back in the ball. I don't think they'll ever go. Yeah. But they said they're gonna have a Super Bowl in Los Angeles. In Rams Stadium. Oh yeah? Yeah, Los Angeles. Yeah. But even the Super Bowl, it's like, the Super Bowl, the excitement is the same. Like I used to. It's not the same. So like, I didn't even try to read it. I used to watch the game. Sometimes I would record it. And now I'm like, if I catch it like that, that's all basketball, bro. All right, buddy. All right, y'all can see you around, man. Later.
Omar?
Yes, ma'am.
How are you today? My name's Sarah. I'm a student.
How you
Can I
doing?
ask you some questions?
Sure.
How are you feeling?
Not good. My head hurts.
Head hurts.
Crying.
What's going on? What made you come in?
My left arm went numb twice. The first time, my bicep went. The first time, and my head's hurting now again on the left side right here. The first time, my entire left arm went numb. My bicep, there was a sharp pain in my bicep. And then when I was in the ambulance, explaining to Mr. Nick what happened again, and now my left side of my head's hurting again, even more, throbbing, sharp pain right here. When I was explaining to Mr. Nick what I was explaining to the AT&T manager at the 2424 Federal Highway location, I explained the same thing, and then my left arm went numb again, but my bicep, it wasn't any pain in my bicep. And then The entire time my head was hurting. While I was at the AT&T store, also my pain went down my right leg, down my front of my thigh, past my knee, all the way down my shin, and the entire time the top of my head was hurting right here, and then the pain shifted to the left side right here, and then it went up the left side of my head. My neck and my back is hurting the entire time. I was like gasping for air. I think I had a mild stroke.
Do you take anything?
Now the front of my head right here is hurting.
Is anything help?
Um,
You feel better?
yeah, they used to prescribe me the medical marijuana, but it makes me real sleepy, and then like I can't like articulate my thoughts fast enough, and they kind of like use that. They used that as a desperate defense for the opposing counsels, the same way they manipulated my daily routines and hacked all my electronic devices that I was documenting all these federal matters, proving all of these cases with clear and convincing factual evidence, proving them far beyond a reasonable doubt. And they manipulated every resource I had. They manipulated my daily routines. They sent me to houses from the hospital.
Do you take any medication every day?
No, I'm having a result to smoking cigarettes to cope with the stress.
Yeah.
But I don't like smoking cigarettes, and I have pulmonary nodules in my chest. The doctor said they have to be surgically removed. I have a tumor on the left side of my neck that's gotten bigger because Officer Ronnie Rodriguez tried to kill me. He put me in a chokehold. He came from behind me, put me in a chokehold. I was on my knees. I put my hands in the air. I said I couldn't breathe 5 times. The 5th time I said I couldn't breathe, he twisted my neck to the right. Then he picked me above his shoulders, body slammed me on the concrete. All that shit, man.
Sorry about that. Do you ever drink alcohol? 'Cause that can make your blood thinner and affect your...
I don't drink alcohol.
Any other drugs you should know about or any medications you take?
No, I don't do any drugs. I don't drink any alcohol. I'm trying my best to pray and do my due diligence for court. And I'm trying my best to be nice. They still trying to cover these cases up.
Yeah. Put your hands still on. All right. Well, I'm gonna report to my attending, and we'll circle back. Okay.
Thank you, man.
Chisholm, how are you doing, buddy?
Good, sir.
I heard you don't feel well today. What's going on?
My left arm went numb twice today.
Okay.
First time, it went numb. Both times, my entire arm went numb. The first time, both times my entire arm went numb. The first time my arm went numb, there was pain right here in my bicep.
Sometimes that happens, sure.
And then the top of my head was hurting really bad.
Okay.
And then the pain it started here, and then it went here
Okay.
to the left side, and it went up the left side of my head.
Okay.
And then there was pain going down my right leg,
Okay.
all the way down my right leg, and then.
Well, you're very anxious today, sir.
Man,
You've been
it's
here.
not that I'm anxious. It's that every time I'm having to explain this to people, they're making me talk real fast, and then
Yeah,
they don't let me finish saying what I
Finish all you want.
I understand. Thank you, sir. What I'm trying to say is, every time for years, bro, I've been trying to ask people for help. People that are in position to help victims like myself.
What are you a victim of? Wait a minute. Stop there. You said you're a victim. What are you a victim of?
Police brutality.
Police brutality. When did that happen?
This happened on August 7, 2018, and then it happened again on March 27, 2019. And they tried to cover up both cases.
Let it
The
go.
second,
It's in the past.
I can't
You
let
have
it
to
go.
let it go.
I can't. They trying to.
It's making you nuts, buddy.
They clearly,
making you crazy.
obviously, but they still trying to cover it up. Like today, I had to report to the FBI, to the CIA, to the Better Business Bureau, to the SIU, to the Special Investigations Unit, to the President of the United States, because they're still trying to cover it up. They're hacking my electronic devices that I'm using to document all these federal
You gonna
crimes.
kill yourself?
No,
You gonna kill
man.
anybody else?
No, I don't want to do none of that, bro. I just
You
want to
okay?
resolve this. No, I've been fasting all day
Why?
because it's Ramadan.
Okay, well that'll make you feel the things you're feeling.
I know that, but I'm trying my best. I'm trying do my due diligence. I'm trying to be nice as possible. I'm trying to pray. I'm asking God for help, bro. Nobody will help me, bro.
Well, here's the deal. Maybe what you're hearing is not. Maybe
It's not about what I'm hearing,
bro.
bro. It's not about what I'm hearing.
You need a psychiatric evaluation.
That's fine. But what I'm saying is
that's what
I'm
you
Muslim. I was born Muslim. Everybody in my family is Muslim. You
Yours
understand?
what?
Muslim.
Well, they can be Muslims. That's fine. They're not allowed to
I
be
believe in
whatever you
Islam. I believe praying to God. I believe in all that, bro.
want. Right, I get what you're saying. But you're in here and you say you want help, and I'm telling you, you need a psychiatric evaluation.
Yeah, but
Your mind ain't working right.
it's not about that, bro.
No.
I'm
Now
overwhelmed.
You're asking for the help, and I'm telling you, we got to get it for you. That's the help you need.
I know, but what I'm saying is, okay, for example, today, bro, I went to the AT&T store.
Okay.
Bro. They were trying to cover the situation up again at the AT&T store.
Yeah.
I explained all this situation to them at the AT&T store the same way I've been explaining it to you, but I explained it to them in detail because they kept trying to cover it up.
Okay.
They were harassing me the entire time I was at AT&T store the same way they've been harassing me for
Probably
years.
scared the hell out of them.
No,
Because
bro.
Yeah, because your
Bro,
thought process.
bro,
is
there was
right.
undercovers in there and everything,
Right,
bro.
Yeah, your thought process is off, totally. All right. So
But what
listen,
I'm trying
listen to me.
I understand
Listen
your
to me.
position. What I'm
You're
trying to tell you,
paranoid.
listen, bro.
Yeah.
I know what time it is, bro.
Give me up to-
I've been reporting this shit to the president, the
Yeah,
FBI, the
yeah.
CIA, and everybody and their
Yeah.
mama for years, bro. They
Right.
just now getting on board because I have enough clear
No
and
one's gonna
convincing.
get on board with this because you are not thinking right.
Okay, what I'm trying to tell you,
paranoid, buddy.
listen, I understand your position, sir. What I'm trying to tell you is, it's not until recently I've been able to obtain up
You
to
ever
date. No, it's just recently I've been able to obtain up to date electronic devices. I've been able to obtain things like security cameras.
Sure.
I've been able to obtain several better resources than I had in the past. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And I've accumulated enough clear and convincing factual evidence proving all of these
Right.
cases far beyond a reasonable doubt to an extent that it's irrefutable.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
So let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a serious question. It's serious. I want you to think about it really hard.
I've been serious the entire time here, man.
Why are these people after you?
I just told you, bro.
No, you didn't.
I
Why
have-
are they after you?
I'll say it again. I have clear and convincing factual evidence proving all these cases far beyond a reasonable doubt,
Pause when you say that.
specifically their
So you're at
violations.
the AT&T store. There's undercovers in there.
Yeah,
Why?
because I've been report. Oh,
They're not gonna follow you around, dude. They ain't got the money for that. There ain't no taxpayer money for this.
my father retired from the Broward Sheriff's Office
Yeah,
after
there's
30
no
years
money.
of service.
There's no money. Okay, so what you're saying makes no sense. Absolutely zero sense.
Okay,
Alright.
so what do you want to do,
I
sir?
want to get you a psychiatric exam. You need to be seen by a psychiatrist.
Yeah, but you don't have to discredit my clear and convincing factual
I'm
information
just
to
telling
do
you what
that.
the truth is. I'm letting you it out. You came for help, and I'm going to tell you the truth. The truth is your mind ain't working.
No,
Okay?
I'm
Your mind
depressed.
is not working. Yes, your mind's
I'm-
off.
I'm
You're
de-
psychotic at this point.
Right.
You have a break with reality. These are called delusions.
No.
No, yeah.
What
you
you're
don't believe me because that's the nature of a
what
delusion.
you're saying is
Yeah.
you you're recommending a psychiatric evaluation
I'm thinking of putting you on hold legally, keeping you.
You're not scaring me. But what I'm
I'm
trying
not
to
scaring you. That's what I'm thinking about doing.
What I'm
'cause
trying
I don't
to
think
tell-
you have an understanding of what's going on.
you're not even letting me talk.
Oh no, I'm done with talking. I'm
Okay.
thinking about putting you on a mental hold.
I'm not scared of you.
No, you don't have to be
you're not
scared. I'm
you're
just
not
going to
scared
put you on a hold because I don't think you can take care of yourself and you're really paranoid.
No.
I don't think you have insight at this point.
Listen, bro. Listen.
So let's do Baker Act over here.
Let me tell you
He
something.
needs one. Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
We're gonna keep you for 3 days. Have the psychiatrist stabilize you.
I'm fine with that. But what I'm
Good.
trying to
That's what I like to hear.
but what I'm trying to tell you is
Yeah.
I understand the reason why you're requesting it because you're witnessing that I'm experiencing depression.
No,
You're
I'm
witnessing-
witnessing that your line of thought doesn't make sense.
Okay, because you're not letting me speak. You're
I'm
making
already
it.
done.
I know, but as I stated to them earlier.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Several-
We get the paperwork done. We get to get back in the lock place. You got to beat the lock people.
No. But let me finish telling you what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
As I stated to several other people, every time I try to ask somebody for help,
Yeah.
they do things similar to what you did.
Right.
I don't have.
available to the medical system.
Yes, but I understand your position, like I said, bro.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, other people for the past several years, bro, from Miami to Broward, in the beginning when I didn't have adequate electronic devices to document everything,
Sure.
I would explain to them the situation, and they would say things like, "Oh, I don't have time to listen to your entire situation." And then, exactly, I understand your position, like I said, bro.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to tell you is, they would use those same excuses in court for years, bro. And they would, as a desperate defense for the opposing counsels, my opposing counsels, my opposing defendants, and their affiliates, bro.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you need to see a psychiatrist. You need some help. Your brain's just not thinking. You'll think better if we can get you cleared up. This is a terrible way to live. Nobody should have to live like this.
Yes, sir. And also, if they do the right thing, and they stop deceitfully and fraudulently conspiring against me and trying to cover up all these cases in violations of Florida Statute SS 1513 and Florida Statute SS 766.110 out of a desperate defense for the my opposing counsels, once again, my opposing defendants and their affiliates, and give me what I'm entitled to, which is compensation, not only will this not affect me any longer, it won't affect my family any longer, it won't affect
money will make this fix this?
Yes, it won't affect my peers any longer, and it'll save my family's businesses that they ruined because of the years of these deceitfully fraudulent federal crimes that they've been utilizing and trying to cover up out of a desperate defense for the opposing counsel to cover up these police brutality cases.
Okay. Well, I don't know about all that, but I know your mind ain't working right. We're going to get some up.
What do you mean you don't know about all that, bro? Money fixes all problems, bro. I'm going through this
Money fixes
situation.
no problems. Money
Listen.
fixes no problems.
What are you going to say?
Money makes life easier in certain ways, but not what's going on with you. Your mind doesn't work. As long as your mind doesn't work, you can give you all the money in the world. You're going to think people are stealing it.
Listen.
You're going to think people running
No.
around. It's gonna be
What I'm
bad.
trying to tell you is, bro, you're contradicting yourself now, doctor. I just said I understand your position. I'm not retarded. Okay, I went to medical
You're a very
school.
smart person. That's obvious.
Thank you. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is, point blank, period, bottom line, I understand you got other things to do.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is, I'm suffering to this extent.
You're suffering a lot.
Yeah, I'm suffering to this extent because of a lack of resources that require money. If I had $1 million in my hand right now, and I went to any law firm in the Tri-County area,
You still
and
want to sue somebody. Even if you
I
have all the money,
have
you
to,
still
bro.
want to sue
I
somebody.
have to. What I'm trying to tell you is, these cases haven't been resolved. I just had to take, I had to file a notice of unavailability for 87
The nurse
days.
is in the back. He needs to go to the lock side. He's real paranoid today and delusional. So we're gonna get him Baker acted. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree to that.
Okay, good. We're gonna get it done. Let
What
me
I'm
get my
try-
paperwork done.
What I'm trying to say, doctor, I just had to file a notice of unavailability for 87 days just so I could take care of all these medical conditions that I'm suffering from, because they've been trying to cover up every aspect of these situations, and they've been they've been manipulating all of my daily routines and my ability to accomplish all these legal and medical
Nobody's
affairs
gonna
in court.
manipulate anything. We're gonna do some blood and
I
have a
know.
psychiatrist see you.
But what I'm trying to say,
That's what I'm doing.
that's what I'm trying to say. That's why I had to file a notice of unavailability, because, bro, my head is hurting all the time.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm having trouble breathing, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They told me I have viral bronchitis. You understand what I'm saying? I have pulmonary nodules in my chest that have to be surgically removed. I have things in my veins that have to be surgically removed. You understand what I'm saying? My neck and
Let me know what you think.
my neck and my back is constantly hurting me.
All right.
And I know for a fact that if I don't immediately address these situations, bro, by the time I go to trial with these cases, I might fuck around and just die the day before I go to trial. They might try to do something to me. You understand what I'm saying? Being that I'm so weak and I'm on the edge of death, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Because these symptoms and these conditions haven't been treated for years, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I understand what you were saying.
Yeah.
I know.
It's all documented medically. You
That's
can look at it.
fine. I'm
It's
not worried
irrefutable.
about any of those things right now. I'm worried about the thing on top.
Thank you, sir.
There's the thing up here. So we're gonna work on this right now. Okay.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So you said we're gonna inventory all my property when we go upstairs?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
That's the biggest one right now?
Yeah.
No chest pain, trouble breathing right now?
Yeah, as I just stated to you before the recording went off, my heart was hurting the other day, a sharp pain, and all of these symptoms.
How many days ago?
The other day when I was at the hospital.
All right,
We're worried about right now.
Yeah, right now, like
Right.
Just your
just
left
so I
arm
can
pain
tell
and numbness.
the nurse what's
Right now,
I can only treat what's going on right now. I can't do anything that happened the other day.
right now what is that?
Like what? I have to check your blood sugar. Are you okay with that?
No, I don't want to do that.
So you're denying me taking your blood sugar. right now.
I'm scared of it. I'm scared of it. I never had to do that before in my
All right,
life.
all it's gonna do is just poke your finger, get one drop of blood. I take a picture that tells me how much sugar's in your blood. It's real quick. It's barely a poke.
Yeah, but they do that with the urine and the butterflies.
I mean, if you'd
thing.
like the hospital to do an IV and do all that stuff, yes, they can. But this is just a quick test for us here in the street. If that's what you're saying, is you want the hospital to do all their testing there, that's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then and all these problems, sir, is from Officer Ronnie Rodriguez attempting to murder me, bro, because I reported him pushing me in my chest 3 times before his supervisor arrived while I was trying to ask him for help, bro. And then specifically,
I'm sorry, you're good. I'm just asking him. You want forward lead and all that?
and then Leslie and then Leslie Diaz came to the crime scene after Ronnie Rodriguez put me in a choke. He snuck up behind me, put me in a chokehold, and then I was on my knees with my hands in the air. I said I couldn't breathe 5 times. I said I couldn't breathe 5 times, and then the 5th time I said I couldn't breathe, he twisted my neck to the right. He tried to break my neck. Then as he was lifting me up above his shoulders, his duty belt gashed into my left ribs, and then he body slammed me on the concrete right in front of his supervisor. And then he lifted me up, took everything out of my pockets. He put my hands behind my back. He put me in handcuffs, and then he put me in the back seat of his police car that he was in when I asked him originally sir, may I approach you? And then immediately, as soon as he put me in the police car, Sergeant Edwin Gomez, his supervisor, immediately left. And then Officer Leslie Diaz came. Officer Leslie Diaz and Officer Abello came. They were smoking big cigars, and immediately, as soon as Officer Leslie Diaz came, he immediately walked up to Officer Ronnie Rodriguez and said, so why'd you beat him up? First he took a puff of the cigar and he said, so why'd you beat him up? And then Officer Ronnie Rodriguez just looked at him like he was scared with his mouth open. And then Officer Leslie Diaz, what was apparent, what was obvious, Officer Leslie Diaz...
You want to go to Broward? Broward General? Yeah. Okay.
Officer Leslie Diaz realized what was obvious to me, that Officer Leslie Diaz realized that he wasn't going to get a confession out of him. So he started talking to him like he was his friend for a couple minutes. And then after a couple minutes, Officer Ronnie Rodriguez said, he screamed out, he said, man, let's just take him somewhere and beat the shit out of him some more.
You can go, bro. That's fine. All right. We're going to head on over to the hospital, all right, man?
Yes, sir.
What's your first name, boss? I'm sorry. Omar?
Omar Mohsen Ibrahim Fouad. And they even changed my names on the last time.
Easy. 3. Yeah, that's fine. Good. Yeah, that's fine.
Unless you want to eat nice and slow.
No, well, with Chief out there, probably.
Huh?
Yeah, with Chief there, just go easy. So Omar, last name?
Omar Mohsen Ibrahim Fouad. My last name is spelled F as in Foxtrot,
Okay.
O as in Oscar, U as in Umbrella, A as in Alpha, D as in Delta.
So is this correct, or?
No, man, that's what I was trying to tell you. They changed my name and everything at the hospital. They was trying to cover it up while I was at the hospital. They sat there and tried to make
So is this not right?
No, this is my birthday, but this is not my name. My name is not Omar Fouad Jr.
So that's not right?
Omar Fouad is my name, but Omar Mohsen Ibrahim Fouad is my full name. That's the name that I go by.
I just need your first and last. So that's your first and last, though, right?
Yeah, but I go by Omar Mohsen Ibrahim Fouad.
Okay.
So my first.
Consider your middle name.
No, my first name is Omar Mohsen Ibrahim, and my last name is Fouad.
Can you spell that for me? And
Omar.
Is it all one word or is it space?
No, Omar is one word. Mohsen is another word. It's my father's name, M-O-H.
And is that capital S?
Capital M, O-H-S-E-N,
S-E-N.
and then space Ibrahim, I-B-R-A-H-I-M, and then my last name Fouad.
Okay. And your date of birth?
December 14, 1988.
All right. What's your social, boss?
595
595.
78
Yes, sir.
0083.
008. And how much do you weigh?
I lost a lot of weight, man, approximately, and I don't do no drugs, bro. It's all from what they doing to me, bro. And
180, 170.
I was like maybe 200 the other day. It went down to 190.
Okay. All right. So this is just a basic report. We have to write it for every patient. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it might seem like I'm just talking really fast, but it see, my head started hurting right here now all of a sudden on the right side. It might seem like I'm just talking real fast, but that's because every time I try to explain this to somebody, they say things like, "Oh, we don't have time to hear your entire situation," or we don't, and then they make me talk real fast, bro. And then it aggravates me because they don't let me finish, and then I feel, and then at the end of the day, then they try to use that information, bro. How the other person who I was explaining to for help, asking them for help, explaining the situation to them to ask them for help, they try to use whatever little excuse they gave me to try to cover it up, and they sometimes they'll repeat even word for word what they said, bro. And they've been doing that for years, bro. And then they use that same kind of defense in the courthouse, forcing fraud upon the court, wasting policy, obstructing justice, violating Florida Statute SS 1513, violating Florida Statute 766.110. And I swear to God, I solemnly swear by the penalty of perjury that everything I'm saying is 100% true, 100% honest. I swear to God.
So your vitals are good. If that helps you out a little bit. I don't know where the numbness may have come from.
Where the numbness came from, they were sitting there, they kept making me repeat myself over and over. My head was hurting here on the top of my head, then it was hurting in the front left side of my head, then it went up the left side of my head to the top of my head, and then my neck and my back started hurting me really bad. My neck and my back is still hurting me right now, and then there was pain going down my right thigh, down the front of my knee, down my shin, all the way down my shin, bro. And then literally all from here all the way right here, all the way down to right here, bro. And then
What's your
they
address?
were harassing me. 2350
2350
Northwest 11th Street,
Northwest.
11th Street, Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
And is that an apartment or a house?
It's a house. The zip code is 33311. And I was saying, I reiterated and said that literally it was going all the way down my shin, and I showed you how it was going down my shin because people have been trying to misconstrue what I say, and they try to use it to incriminate me and entrap me, bro. For real, simple things that I be saying, bro. And then if I say something all the way down my leg, they used to try to take things that simple out of context and try to make it seem like I'm some kind of drug lord or something, bro. All because of 6 songs that I made right before my son was gonna be born in 2015, bro. And then you know, there's several platforms that were created from my due diligence platform, and you know, it exposed a lot of people's corruption. It exposed a lot of people's fraud, deceit, and several violations of Florida statutes all through the Tri-County area. And they try to retaliate against me, bro. They try to kill me, bro. And the hospital was sending me to houses that had people already living in them that were conspiring against me, and they were trying to cover up all these cases in real time, every day, everywhere I went, from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep. They poisoned my food. They poisoned my coffee. They raped me in my sleep one time, bro. And when I woke up, I had marks around my ankles, like somebody tied my ankles down. And when I woke up, my stomach was hurting. I felt dizzy. And then I went to use the bathroom. It was blood in my poop. And then they tried to cover that up. And then so many things happened, bro. Like so many things, bro. Like I went to the Plantation General Hospital, and they brought 2 people in there who had COVID-19. The paramedics walked in there with the mask on, with the respirators on the side, and I was about 20 feet from the front of the emergency room, double doors, and nurse's desk, sitting on the bed, laying on the bed against the wall, and they said they let the nurse at the front desk know that they explained to the nurse at the front desk that the patient that they brought in had COVID. And literally, as soon as they brought him inside the office, as soon as they brought him inside the emergency room double doors, my head started hurting right here on the top of my head, and I started coughing immediately. And then, literally, after they moved them from in front of the nurse's desk, far away from me, I stopped coughing. My head continued to hurt for a little bit, and then the pain went away. And then they brought somebody else in there who they said had COVID, and the exact same thing happened. I started coughing. The top of my head started hurting. And then when they moved them from the vicinity that I was in, I stopped coughing. My head started hurting for a little bit longer, then the pain went away. And then they had a person who was dressed in scrubs, who looked like she was cleaning up. And then when she walked past me, I started coughing. And then when she wasn't next to me, I stopped coughing. And then they had a Spanish gentleman who walked past me. He was wearing all black. His head was shaved on the side. He had long hair on the top. When he walked past me, I started coughing. And then when he walked away from me, I stopped coughing. And then they tried to cover all that up. And then they brought the food in there on the food trays for the people that was in the hallway. And they put the food on a little table in front on the side of my bed for me to eat. And I was scared to eat it because they didn't have no gloves on. They were touching on everything. They were touching on the food. And I asked them if I could use the phone. My left arm is hurting again. It's going numb. And then I asked them if I could use the phone to call my family, so I could ask them if they could order me a cheese pizza with pineapples on it. And then I called my family. I spoke with 3 of my family members. They said they was gonna send me a cheese pizza with pineapples on it. And then literally the next day when I left and I went home, I was looking at the news on YouTube. There was a Chinese news report from China, bro, with a Chinese lady on the front of it. And they made a mockery of the 911 call that I made to my family while I was at the hospital about a Chinese pizza with pineapples on it. Then they said something about that they recommended an anal swab or something like that. And then when I went to the hospital, when I went to Broward General Hospital, I think it was the following day or the day after that, they recommended an anal swab, bro. And then when I went to check the YouTube again, the news report again, they altered the same news report with the same people, and they removed the subtitles, and they changed the news report and took out the part where it was talking about the cheese pizza and the pineapples, bro. I swear to God, bro. And I'm about to subpoena the video footage and file a subpoena ducis tecum with deposition to obtain that video footage from Plantation General Hospital.
I totally missed whatever happened. I don't know what you were talking about. Yeah.
And I was explaining to the gentleman who was sitting here. He's behind me right now.
So something with cheese pizza and anal swab? I missed the whole thing.
It's all right.
It really happened though. And I documented quite a bit of what happened after the fact, but I need to subpoena the camera footage from Plantation General Hospital, so it could fully inform them of exactly what I said, so they have no opportunity to try to cover it up.
Well, we're at Broward now, so you're not worried about that here.
Time now is 8:26 p.m.
Hey Omar, they may cut those bands off your arms, by the way, just to let you know.
Yeah, I'm about to put them in my pocket right now. Today is Monday, April 5th, 2021. Sir,
Here for you or somebody else?
yes, I was at the 2424 Federal Highway location, and I had a mild stroke. My left arm went numb.
A confirmed stroke or?
I think it was like a mild stroke because it happened before, but the last time it happened, like it was really bad. Like the left side, side of my face is drooping really bad.
Okay.
But today at the 2424 Federal Highway location, I was explaining them the situation about everything that they're doing to me. And then my left arm went numb, and then I had like a really bad pain in my left bicep, and then the pain was going down my leg, down my knee, down the front of my shin,
All right, so let me ask you a question. Do you have you been
and
diagnosed?
right here it started hurting really bad several times.
Yeah, you want to just get a blood pressure in the meantime. Do you have a history that you've been diagnosed with strokes or mini strokes or no?
Yeah, I had several strokes before.
No, but I mean, is it diagnosed like you're throwing clots?
What does that mean?
Like when you go to the hospital, on your medical history, does it show that you are confirmed that you had strokes?
Well,
Or they don't
I
know?
explain to them every time that's happened to
but
me.
their diagnosis with you, have they confirmed that yes, you're throwing clots in your,
What is throwing clots?
like blockages and causes strokes?
Yeah, they know it, but they know about all that.
No, let me rephrase. You're telling them what you feel. I'm just saying, have you seen a specialist and they diagnose you and it says, yes,
Well,
you have been having strokes?
The thing is, I think they're scared to say it because they're affiliated with my opposing counsels in Miami and the opposing defendants and their affiliates. And they're
I don't know what you're talking about.
What
All
I'm
asking
telling you is,
has a doctor diagnosed you with strokes?
uh,
We're going to check you out and stuff like that and transport it, but I just need to confirm. Like somebody that has asthma, hey, you've been diagnosed, do you have asthma? Have you been diagnosed with having strokes? Or they haven't confirmed that?
when they sent me to prison in 2011 for possession of marijuana, the same thing that the doctors prescribed me now, Dr. Murphy,
What are they
for
prescribing?
the same
Blood
conditions.
thinners?
No, medical marijuana. But when I went to prison in 2011, I had a really bad stroke. I was laying on the bed, I almost died. Like my body was shaking, I couldn't see anything, and then
So you haven't been diagnosed as a stroke patient?
I know that. I think it was both. I was taking some kind of white pill for I think it was ibuprofen from Mr. Reddy's or something like that, and I was having a lot of pain. I couldn't breathe properly.
But like somebody that has diabetes, like if I ask somebody, hey, what's your medical history? They say that I've been diagnosed with diabetes, high blood pressure, stroke. Have you been diagnosed with stroke or?
I think so, yeah. I think so. I don't know, because like when I go there and I explain to him what's wrong with me, and then I do the research myself and it
We'll run
confirms
you
it.
to the hospital and check you out. But right now your blood pressure is good, which is a good thing. Okay. So if you want to, we'll get you on the stretcher. And then
What is it? 192, 129.92.
Yeah.
Can I just take a picture of that real quick?
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. So were you in the hospital today? Or?
Yeah, I was at the hospital. I was at the hospital. They even tried to change my name and everything. They're trying to cover everything up, bro.
They told me I was
Where
stupid.
did you
I
go
couldn't
today?
think
You went to Holy Cross or Broward?
No, I went to the AT&T store.
No. What hospital?
I didn't go to the hospital today.
Oh, I thought you were on.
This was from day before yesterday. This was from yesterday.
Okay, where did you go yesterday?
Broward General Health.
Broward, and then this was the same one, Broward?
Broward.
Okay, so this is from a day ago, this from 2 days ago.
Yes.
And what were these for? I'm sorry, I missed all that.
This was
Here, how about this? Swing your feet up and we'll do everything in the truck, all right? We'll get you situated. That way we can start heading that way.
You guys aren't gonna kill me when I go in there, right?
No, why would we do that?
They try to kill me.
We're
Huh?
not going to do that, boss.
The nurses?
Not us.
What nurses?
I don't know. Nurses at the hospital.
Well, okay.
What was the question?
Could I call? I said, is anybody gonna kill me when I go over there?
No, man.
Kill you.
Bro, they tried to kill me in Miami, bro.
Yeah, well, I think you're in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, we're in Fort Lauderdale.
My father retired from the Broward Sheriff's Office after 30 years of service.
Did he?
I'm his son.
All right.
His name is Mohsen Fouad.
What's your name?
Omar Mohsen Ibrahim Fouad.
Omar,
No,
do
we're
you
good,
want to
man.
go to Broward or do you want to go to Hollywood?
Broward.
Hold on. Back it up. What'd you say?
Are you
Broward.
able to do us a favor, though? Are you able to wear that mask?
Yeah.
Do you have any other medical issues?
Yeah, man, I can't breathe properly. I have pulmonary nodules in my lungs. They said it has to be surgically removed. They said,
Here, flip it other way. Flip. Yellow outside. There we go.
Okay, what else?
they said they have to remove the tumor from my neck right here, and it's making like the left side of my face feel warm. And then they have to remove these things from my veins. These things right here, and then I have like several aneurysms, collapsed veins and burst veins in my arm from when I had to do the surgery.
Anything with your heart?
Yeah, man, like my heart was hurting me the other day. I was having sharp pain in my heart. They had to do a surgery right above my heart before when I was at the I was doing electrical work at the immigration building on 31st and 44th. We was there from when it was from the ground up, and then I had something happened on my heart right here. It swelled up, and they had to cut it open to remove the pus. And then they fired me. They said we don't need any bad apples in our company. I was working for Can-Am Electric.
So how about this, boss? What is the main thing that is your concern tonight that we're taking you to the hospital?
My entire arm went numb, and then it was like really sharp pain right here in my left bicep, and then the top of my head was hurting really bad several times while I was there.
Now, when you were in the hospital,
And then the pain on my right leg.
Did they, when you were discharged, because you got both these bands on, when you were discharged, did they give you any medicines or anything to start taking, or any prescriptions to get filled?
No, they didn't give me anything at the hospital, bro.
Okay. Do you have paperwork from when you were in the hospital both those times? If that was from a day ago and this was from yesterday?
Yes, I have it at the house.
Oh, okay.
And I have my video camera, my security camera pointing directly at the paperwork. I can show you, look.
It's pointed at the paperwork?
Yeah, because, bro, they've been trying to cover this up for years, bro. They even killed my son.
I'm concerned. Who's they?